Hi guys, and welcome back to the Geek Street, where the street speaks. I know what you're thinking. Why are these fellas in the same clothes as the last episode?
Never mind.
Right? So it's not that we don't have clothes, okay? But we are recording this back to back. Okay, so you might have catched the first episode like a few days ago. Now you're catching the second episode of Miss Marvel Breakdown, right? So and hi guys, my name is Sean, and these are my geek buddies over here, Eric and Jazz. Say hi.
Hello. Hello.
It's quite difficult for us to act like we are just coming on,
Because we are just talking.
Yeah.
But we have the flow. Yeah.
So the prop is. I mean, people should give us an award. I mean, our acting is like top class. Alright. Okay. So as usual, we explained in the last episode why Harvey is not here. Okay. We didn't tell why he's not here. Actually, for a fact, I still don't know why he's not here, but he's not here today. Okay. So it's just going to be the three of us, and so we hope that Harvey will be back again for episode 3 of Miss Marvel. But yeah, it's just going to be us today. So without further ado, let's just kick into Miss Marvel episode 2. Okay, all right. So, what do you call the episode 2 kicks off with? I mean, like there's a recap on the previous episode. Okay, right. So we're not going to go into that. Okay. So then now Kamala Khan has this new found powers. She's like super excited with herself because in the last episode at the ending she said she wants cosmic. So she's like over the moon. I think this is like some high school, when we achieve something or we think we are something great, and then we are like sort of like king of the world, right? So that's how, or queen of the world. So we normally think that way. And she struts back into school with the song by Mace, "Feels So Good." Okay, all right. So just for a fact, I didn't know what the song was. I had to Google it. Okay, so I don't know what song this is.
Because right? Sean is an old fart.
Yes. I only started like early 2000s, so 90s songs I know, but not all of them. Okay, all right. So then she tries to play around with that. She's like such a high that she's like taking the basketball, like, so she's going to like do something great with it. So all these things happen, and then she bumps into this guy who, he's like, it's like a crush or something, and his name is what's his name? Kamran. Okay, it's not Cameron. Okay, it's not Cameron. Alright, so white people stop saying Cameron. It's Kamran. Okay, alright, because I've seen like a few people doing it, like they go like Cameron. Like, no, it's Kamran. Alright, he's Asian. Okay, alright, so it's played by this new actor also, Risha. So this guy, so Kamran in the comics, is also got his powers the same way Kamala Khan had her powers. So this guy is going to play some big role in the series, and what role is that? We will, of course, as we unravel episode 2, we will try to theorize some things, but of course at the end we don't know what is the true thing, right? Okay, so Kamran is like sort of also like a inhuman, where he gets hit by this Terrigen mist, that makes him blue, and he like radiates this shock energy, so, like how I think Cody had like in Iron Man or in Civil War, so sort of like that shock sort of radiation energy, right? So he has that. Okay. So that's about him. So we see that the shirt that he wears is blue color, and the shirt that Kamala Khan wears is actually also purple color. So it sort of shows that they are somehow related, not related, and they are somehow, that's the color of their powers. Because we know that in the last episode we see, of course, Kamala Khan, when she radiates her powers, she has that sort of purple glow also to it. So she wears the purple. So in the comic, Kamran actually has this sort of bluish glow to him. So that's why he wears the blue baju. So that's like sort of like small Easter eggs. Okay, all right. So then she brags to Bruno about her powers. That she can fly, shrink, talk to ants, like sort of like Ant-Man powers and things like that. So yeah, see a lot of Ant-Man references here. There's something going on somewhere. Okay. And then as they pass through this doorway, there is a poster. There's a QR code. If you scan the QR code, it's actually a comic of Miss Marvel. So of course, they won't give you the entire comic. It's just the poster. Okay, all right. So, yeah, guys, so you guys should. We encourage everybody. If you see a QR code in any Marvel movies, or okay, movies don't do it in cinema, but if you're doing it on like Disney Plus Hotstar, then just scan it and see what it is, and let us know in comments below like what sort of QR codes that you have found, right? So then Zoe then of course recalls um, um, her being saved by Miss Marvel, but then she, of course, they don't have a name for her sort of yet. So she calls her Nightlight. Okay, it's
I like how people, when they come up with a random name, they must come up with night. This one was Nightlight. Spider-Man was Night Monkey.
yeah. So yeah, it's just like some bullshit names like coming out. So yeah. And then after that we see like sort of like more of Kamala's powers, where she sort of does like reminds me of like Tobey Maguire in the first Spider-Man, where he's like goes up onto the building and starts like shooting webs. So this one also is like sort of that, and she sort of like feels very, very excited with the powers, and things like that. So then the powers is like sort of like comes from what she feels and thinks, and what her sort of like what is it, desire, but what that she wants in that very moment, right? So I think and later on we will see that Bruno, he actually like deduces that the power actually comes from within. I don't know where he got his tech from. Okay, somehow he has like an app or something like that on his tablet, and then he goes and you can see some red glowing thing inside of her, or I don't know how lah. Okay, maybe he's the new Tony Stark lah. We never know, right? Okay, so
the Marvel universe, anything is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So then, so did you see that this power? So that means we can theorize that the power is like maybe she's born with it. Of course, when we go deeper into this episode, we can sort of see why maybe that particular theory can hold up. So she has like these things, and sort of like the bangle is like the enabler for the power.
Like you see, if you look at the comics, right, Kamala Khan, how she got the power from what's the mist, right?
But the Terrigen mist.
The Terrigen mist. But she was actually born inhuman. It's just that the Terrigen mist unlocked her ability. So the same maybe can be said with the bangle, because like now you see, it's not like she found a random bangle. It's very ancestral. Later on, you break down on that. So maybe, like you mentioned, the bangle is just like something that channels from what's within her. And what Bruno mentioned, it's not for nothing. It actually reveals a lot, saying that it's entirely from within her, and the bangle just channels it.
Yeah. So I mean, like, okay, if you talk about like, okay, so we compare like. Okay, being Asians, so we compare like Shang-Chi and for Kamala Khan, right? Where the bangle, yeah. So like for Shang-Chi, he doesn't have like probably like super powers, but he's sort of trained in a certain way that he has certain abilities, right? And then of course we know that the Ten Rings is not of Earth, and it's from some cosmic world somewhere, right, in beyond the stars. So and that sort of like enhances that ability even more, right? So even without the bangles, maybe he would be better than just a regular human, but that thing takes him to a whole nother level. But for Kamala Khan, I don't think that like what you said earlier, the bangle doesn't elevate her power even further, but sort of enables it, like controls it, or something like that. right? So I think, yeah. So so I mean, we will dive deeper into that when we get into all this family drama. Okay. I mean, they have to insert that family drama somehow. Okay, all right. So then, as usual, we see like Kamala like experiments with the powers, things like that, and then we see her attending some prayer session. I like how Marvel really like. Okay, we talk about the character, we talk about their background, we showcase their background, things like that, and how inclusive Marvel is in terms of, or should I say, even Disney, on the inclusivity, because they also, they already like included like sort of like LGBTQ community within the Marvel universe. They have even people from different backgrounds, things like that, like how inclusive Marvel is already, or Disney as a whole. I think that's very, very kudos to them. We don't see this anywhere. Okay, all right. So then where what do you call so we see like the shoe got stolen, and then we know where the shoe ended up. One boy had the shoe later on. Okay. Then we see next at Zoe's party, where they go to this party, and then we see Kamran jumps into the pool, and some like hot shot sort of thing. I was like, that's so lame. Okay, all right. So I think maybe younger kids be like, "Ooh," and then we were like, "What?"
No, really, he looked like he was struggling to walk, like he got some kind of bone issue.
No, when he was walking, I was thinking to myself, that should have hurt. Like, he just acting at me.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, I mean, the way that he jumps and all that, I mean, it shows like he has some abilities, and all that. And then we know that Kamran clearly has like some plans, because he like gets to know, because okay, I mean, I'm not saying that what do you call Kamala Khan is not pretty in a sense, but he's like this, like really probably like one of the popular hotshot guys in school, something like that. For him to befriend her, because we know like in high school we have this like we're very popular, you don't hang out with other people, especially like art nerds. Okay, we don't really hang out with them, things like that. You don't really have, so you have that division, but you clearly see that he is trying to sort of like woo her, right? Maybe, I mean, we can say because maybe they are from sort of like the same cultural background, things like that. But then again, like we can see that there's some deceive, like trying to deceive her in ways, when they talk about like Bollywood movies, like even Shah Rukh Khan's name gets inserted there, so yeah, right. So and then Kamala, of course, naturally she falls for Kamran, and then she does a typical song and that. Okay, but I will give it to it, lah, right? It's not the typical sort of like dance and song routine, but somehow or other they just have to add, a song and dance routine. Okay,
Indian element.
yeah, the Indian element.
Just,
they had
just
to
be
add
thankful it wasn't 3 minutes long or 6 minutes long.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Okay. So then the next day, then we see Kamala like sort of like has that glowing in the nose, and things like that. So it is like we can see that the powers. Yeah, she doesn't really need, like, it doesn't emanate from the bracelet itself, right? So these are like subtle clues that are being given. I think we have not yet seen the full extent of her power, and I don't think so we will see it maybe in next episode. But definitely towards the end we will. How many episodes do we have? 9 episodes, 10 episodes.
I don't remember, man.
Okay, so however many episodes. So I think we're still very early on. So we don't really see that full thing. So then Kamran and Kamala also, like, they have some dates, talk about Bollywood stars, and then they have to talk about Kumar Nanjiani's character. Oh, I forgot what's the name of his character. Kingo, yeah. So so there's some reference to Eternals. Is there going to be any? Okay, if Kumar Nanjiani comes in here, I think Jess is going to have a field day.
I really have a feeling that he might not because they want to connect Marvel characters, but clearly because he's an Indian, and to include
Yeah.
Same like how you see Wong appear in Shang-Chi because he's Asian. Yeah, so that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. This is the interesting part, right? Of the entire episode. Okay. So Yusuf, of course, Kamala's father, speaks about why they moved to America. Why, in terms of family history and so on and so forth. Okay. So then they speak about Kamala's grandmother, which is Muniba's mother. Okay. Where they so she says that
It's not Muniba's mother, It's Muniba's grandmother.
sorry, Muniba's grandmother, correct.
No,
Muniba's
wait.
grandmother.
Muniba's mother is the child. They were talking about the child in the train.
No, they were talking about Aisha, which was Muniba's mother's mother.
Yeah, but the
Kamala
whole
called
story,
the grandmother.
the whole story was Muniba's mother, the child who went and find the father, father.
Oh, her father. Oh, okay.
The mother is the the one that abandoned them, which is Aisha.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You're right.
Okay, all right. So it
got your
talks
back,
of, yeah. So we are okay. You. Some people may not understand why we get confused because even in our family history we get confused. Okay, whose mother is whose mother? Okay, all right. But yeah, so Muniba's mother, right, the grandmother. Okay, where she was lost as a toddler. In train station, and then she had to hop on, somehow on the last train, and all that. And somehow found a way back to her father, right? So they said that referring to like the trail of stars. Okay, so stars normally we know that it is outer space, things like that. I mean, what is the reference to it? Whether she was kicked through a star portal, or anything, I don't know lah. Okay, so these are just wild theories. Yeah, I mean, trail of stars. We can say kick through a star portal. It makes sense.
How
Okay?
is that trail of stars?
I don't know. Okay, maybe for them it's a trail of stars. Okay, where the father only saw a star, boom, the baby comes down. Okay, so alright. Okay, no, okay, but this, okay, there's nothing certain. Okay, but of course there are a lot of theories like maybe American Chavez could be involved. Okay, but it's very very long shot. Okay, I agree with you guys. A very long shot, but still it's good to mention it. Okay. All right. So the whole thing is like when we listen to this story, like how did the baby actually come back? Like who brought the baby back? What's the actual sort of like? Is there like a sort of like a hidden message within the story that they were telling? That maybe the children don't understand, maybe the parents understand, right? Or whether it's just a moral story and we're just looking too much into it. But at the moment when they mention about Muniba's mother or grandmother, right? This is where we see a woman, okay, where suddenly the Kamala's bangle glows, and then we see like a portal open, and then we see like a woman, and then we hear the train whistle sound. Okay, so this lady, okay, we don't know who she at first. Of course we don't know, but we see this quite scary looking Indian lady, okay, looking down and pointing. Okay, so we don't know what that's all about. So, but then again, it's so this is like speaks like so much of like ancestral history, things like that. And I think the next few episodes I hope that, of course, they will dig deeper and deeper into that, so that we uncover the truth and know maybe where the powers come from. Maybe the entire family could be a family of scrolls, right? So we don't know, right? Or maybe they have some Kree power that we don't know, right?
What is scrolls?
Skrull, Josh.
Okay, Skrulls. Okay, Skrulls.
Scroll. I was thinking scarecrow, and crow.
Skrulls. Okay, not play differently lah. Okay, but I'll say Skrulls. Okay.
Now Eric says Thanos.
No, when he says
I said Thanos.
when he says Taiki White Tata.
Thank you, Waikiki.
That's even
Waikiki.
worse. Waitata.
Okay. All right. So we don't know. It could be a whole family of skrulls. We never know, right? We know that they are very rampant in the MCU. They appeared in WandaVision. They appeared in Spider-Man: Far From Home. So yeah, I mean, of course, we know that there is a secret invasion somewhere on the cards. So yeah, could all speak to different things. Okay. And then after that, we see like next scene, we see some aunties gossip. They're telling some stories. I don't know whether there's any meaning to it. I don't know. It was too much gossip, so I didn't really want to look into it. If there's anything from there, we'll take it from the next episode. Okay, but this one thing I don't like lah. Aunties gossiping. If they gossip means they go whole night. Okay. Sorry to our aunties out there. Okay, and then the cool part is the next day we see like this carnival where there's a reference to the Illuminati. No, sorry, it's not carnival. It's like Eid festival. So Selamat Hari Raya. Okay, alright. So there's reference of Illuminati. So I think this is the second time there's a reference to the Illuminati, sort of like openly. But they sort of made it like a joke, or a play thing, not a joke lah, like a play thing, rather than something serious and stuff like that. So who knows? Maybe if there is an Illuminati in the current Earth 616, we will accept that. Okay, but we still haven't moved on from our disappointment in Multiverse of Madness. So
Or maybe Marvel's trying their best to kill the idea of Illuminati. Because they messed it up. Yeah, they just bust-killed it twice. So maybe they are attempting to just, guys, forget about Illuminati. We're not going that way.
No,
Illuminati joke for you.
Yeah. It's just Easter eggs and reference that we're just gonna poke on and never gonna touch.
No, I mean, we are speaking about things like Inhumans and all that. I think there should be Illuminati, okay? I'll keep my hopes up.
I mean, we all had hopes for Mephisto, but he never came out.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, alright. So we shall not go into all our heartbreaks and disappointments in this episode. Okay, so then the next one we see we have a very important character that turns up again from this Department of Damage Control, Agent Cleary, where we see in Spider-Man: No Way Home. Okay, so what is the DODC doing in Miss Marvel? Okay, is this the second time or is the third time?
I think second.
Second time.
DODC third time. DODC third time, but
DODC
Cleary second.
Yeah,
Cleary second. DODC is Spider-Man Homecoming, and then Spider-Man No Way Home, and then now right. So we see this where they are interrogating Zoe Summers, trying to find out who this. So he used the word enhanced human, okay, to refer to Kamala Khan or Miss Marvel. So we know that maybe they are suspecting some sort of enhancement of a human, like gamma radiation or something like that lah, right? So they are looking for this sort of things. Yes, Jess, you want to say something?
Or they most likely cannot use the term mutant, so they just call it enhanced human.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Interesting. I didn't think of that. Very good. But they only can use the word mutant, but maybe they don't want to get people too excited lah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. All right. As we already disappointment. Okay. All right. So and then we saw the kid that of course who stole the shoes earlier. We saw her trying to save him.
I had no idea the kid stole the shoes. Was it mentioned?
Maybe it was just like a feeler lah, right? Okay, so and then we see her trying to save, and then we see her trying to get used to the powers and all that. She don't know what to do when, and all that. So it's like very new and stuff like that. So like super messy. Okay, somehow she saves the kid, but he breaks his ankle. Okay, so pity the flare. Alright, and then we see that Kamala gets chased by these drones. So these drones that we see is actually like from Spider-Man No Way Home. So I don't know if it's the exact same ones. But it looks very, very close to it.
Because you see, Stark founded Department of Damage Control. So, and those are Stark drones. So he probably funded the drones as well to the department.
Saya setuju.
Yeah. Okay. So she gets chased by these drones, and she tries to escape these drones, and all that. Suddenly, boom, a car appears, and see, Kamran is driving the car, and then she gets the car, and then she sees another lady sitting in the car, and this is Najma. This is the character name. Okay.
The scary lady.
Who looks like the lady that she saw from the portal. Okay. All right. So, and she says to Kamala that she's been wanting to meet her for a very long time. How long? Okay, who is this Najma? Okay, so so this theory is that this Najma could be that grandmother, the grandmother's mother, right?
The grandmother's mother name is Aisha, no?
Yeah, Aisha, right? So so it's like they're saying that's her, okay, but why is she like young? That's the first question. Second is why she wants to meet Kamala. You know, so guys, any theories?
Wait, why? How you know her name is Najma?
No, this is the character name.
Cast?
Yeah,
Based on cast lah.
based on cast. Yes.
Okay.
My theory is this is in fact Aisha. Of course, maybe she's an immortal being. And as an immortal being, of course, you don't go by your whole previous name. You want to remove your identity and all. So basically, they mentioned that she left, she disappeared. So she probably disappeared to work in this secret group of superheroes or something. So maybe throughout her generation, Kamala is the next person who possesses these inhuman abilities. So the great grandmother comes looking for her.
Okay, time for me to give my crazy theory. Okay, my theory is this is something like a Power Rangers movie where the bangle, where everybody has their own bangles and own activation of power. Now hear me out first, okay? Have you all seen the reaction of both Kamala's mother and Kamala's grandmother when she asked them about the bangles? They both didn't want to talk about the bangles, meaning they know that something's up with the bangles. So this lady Najma could be one of the Power Ranger gang who is trying to get them into the bangles. So hear me out, when Aisha had the bangles, some shit went down that she couldn't follow the train, because that's when the whole what they call it, the was it splitting partition? So that's when the whole partition was going down. So maybe they had like a war that was going on that they need to, so Aisha couldn't join them, and maybe she died, maybe Aisha died. So the whole, that Power Rangers bangle was just that slot is not filled up. So they went to Muniba's mother, and she said, no, I don't want. Then they went to Muniba, so then she's like, no, I don't want. So this Najma must be waiting for Kamala to take it up, and Kamala actually took it up. So that's why she said, I've been waiting for you, waiting to see you.
The next video.
So that's why she's been seeing visions of the minute she wear the bangles. That's why she's been seeing visions of Najma like calling her, because we can see the vision. She actually put the hand up and like, come with me. So
okay, I guess almost.
It makes sense. Yeah. It makes sense. No, but then if there's a group of them, then it takes away the importance of the Miss Marvel.
They don't need to follow. I mean, it can be inhuman. It can be Illuminati, a whole different new Illuminati. It can be like some partition gang, we are the partitions. What they can do anything they want.
I mean,
and it may not even be a Power Rangers. Maybe it's just two of them. Maybe it's just Aisha and Najma. Who knows? I don't know. But it seems like that. It seems that's why, everybody's so scared to take up the bangle. That's why everybody finds it so condemning. Because I'm sure Muniba's mother knows that Aisha was wearing the bangle. Definitely. Right? And that's why she's scared, and that's why she took over that as well. But there's another question, like how she got the bangle. If the mother died and disappeared. So maybe the Light of Stars is Aisha giving her the bangle and say, use it and do whatever you want. So she just like walked, and then like stars just came out, and then she eventually got saved without unknowingly. Who knows lah? I'm just giving out my crazy theories here.
For me, if they can kill off the Illuminati, I'm pretty sure they can introduce a big band of Power Rangers and kill them off within the series, and let Miss Marvel go her own way also.
No, it's fair. It's fair. I think that's a cool theory. I think I mean that would be like the most simplest way to do it and explain rather than getting all complicated with ancestral history and things like that. So yeah, that is okay. So all right, so that's the end of our breakdown of episode 2 of Miss Marvel. So I think it was it's intriguing. I think for me it's very intriguing knowing that there is a story to it rather than just some backstory, right? So there is some story to it and things like that. So it's not like something. Okay, it is something in the past, but it also affects the present. Not like something just in the past, and nothing to do with the present and things like that. So it's really interesting. So I hope that we have more fun in the next coming episodes, and we'll see where it goes. All right. Okay. So that is it, and we have, of course, don't forget to like us on our Instagram and Facebook, where we post. Okay, I won't say daily, that's too optimistic, but we post Marvel and all other movie-related contents, news, and so on our Instagram and Facebook at thegeekstreet.my. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay up to date with all the latest series, breakdowns, theory videos, and so on, right? So we have so many things for you guys that we are doing at the moment. Okay, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and also please join us in our Discord community. The link is in the description below. Okay, and come and chat with us and tell us whether it's a Power Ranger story or it's a Bollywood drama. Okay?
If something goes as similar as my theory, y'all owe me an apology.
No, we agree. No, nobody's disagreeing.
You're making fun of Power Rangers, man. Don't make fun of Power Rangers.
I just said Power Rangers.
You want me to say Ultraman? Is it Ultraman is the same, what?
No, that's what you said, Power Rangers. So I'm just following what you say.
Okay.
For me, I'm agreeing with it, but I'm thinking maybe it's a great.
No, there is a possibility. Yes,
because the background is green color also, so maybe there's purple color background.
Guys, anyways, we have already ended the episode, so don't talk about it. Shall continue. Okay. All right. So just let us know whether you agree with us, and if you want to debunk all our theories, go in and debunk all our theories, and come up with new theories. Okay, so just join us on our Discord community. We can have a chat there. You can ask Eric about his Power Rangers theories. Okay. All right, so that is it from us, guys, and this is the Geek Street, and the street has spoken. Bye.
Bye.
Go Power Rangers.